Are you tired of Windows? It seems like with every new version they add more bloatware and are more privacy invasive. And today we're going to take a look at a Windows clone that's open source and tries to be compatible with your Windows apps. To support the channel, you can like, subscribe, donate, or leave a comment. I always hoard them. Thank you. Okay, so here I am in GNOME Boxes, and I'm just gonna create a new virtual machine. You can download the ISO from the official ReactOS website that you'll have in the description below. I'm gonna set this to 3 GB of memory. Select English. You can select your keyboard layout, the keyboard itself, the display, and the computer. Well, there is no 1080p, so just gonna set it to the highest resolution possible. Make a new partition as vfat file system. Install the bootloader. Select the operating system. We have multiple options. And that was quick. And now this looks a lot like Windows, well, like Windows 2000. It is licensed under the GPL, so technically absolutely free, even though because it's a Windows clone, it is not Unix-like. By default, you have ReactOS Server, and there's also ReactOS Workstation. The difference between server and workstation is that server has the pictures, videos, and music folders independent from the My Documents folder, and the workstation has those folders as part of the My Documents folder. You can choose your locale, the name, organization. We're just gonna leave this as the default. No password, the date and time are correct. And here we have a couple of themes. The classic one looks to me a lot like Windows 2000. This other theme looks more like Windows Vista. Lunar looks a lot more like Windows 7. And this last one looks a lot like Windows 10. So I'm gonna choose that one. Select typical settings. Well, it detects some other devices that don't have drivers installed. I'm guessing that ReactOS uses a microkernel because it's a clone of Windows, or a hybrid kernel that doesn't have like the drivers built into the kernel. So let's install them, and it didn't work. So just gonna cancel this. Here's our desktop. Because of the icons and the taskbar, because of the cursor too, you can notice that this is not Windows. The cursor looks a little bit old, the taskbar also looks a little bit old and is way smaller. First of all, I want to check the file system. Because this is not Unix, it's gonna be a little bit interesting how it handles the file system, so just type here C. This is the root of the main disk. Remember that non-Unix-like systems like Windows or ReactOS don't have only one root. It has, well, a couple of files here that, to be honest, I don't know what they're for. ReactOS here, probably System32. We're gonna delete System32 in the end. Oh, my back mouse button doesn't work, so I'll have to use this. Program files, you have Internet Explorer pre-installed. It looks like it uses the Wine Internet Explorer. I mean, kinda makes sense because they probably cannot ship Internet Explorer like the official one, but Windows is so badly designed that it needs the Internet Explorer. You probably shouldn't use it, it's just for compatibility. Here you have the default user with application data, cookies, desktop favorites, local settings, documents, music, pictures, videos, and well, a little bit more. Well, there's also a D drive that I don't know what this is for. Probably is a bootloader partition, but to be honest, I'm not completely sure. With the context menu, we can change the view, the arrangement, we can refresh and create a new folder, link, or document. Here we have a README file, and and the window movement, probably because I'm in a VM, it has a little bit of screen tearing and seems like it redraws the window. Now, as far as I understand, this doesn't run Wine like any Linux distro or FreeBSD system would do. Wine is only for POSIX compliant systems that are Unix-like, but they seem to be collaborating a lot with the Wine project to implement as much stuff as they can. ReactOS is indeed legal because they don't use any code from Microsoft. Yeah, it's really cool that this is actually a thing. You can also notice that there's an application manager, which would be kind of like a package manager or store. Here you have all the available programs. Most of these are open source, but you can also find some proprietary stuff like Opera and some Windows libraries. I'm gonna select Notepad++ and Firefox, which, by the way, the latest version available for ReactOS is Firefox 48. I'm not sure what is the latest version of Firefox, but I think it's like 105 or something like that, so yeah, it's pretty old. You also have descriptions and the version of what you're downloading. Well, a bad thing is that even if it's a package manager, because some of these things are not intended to be installed via a package manager, they will show you the installer, which, as far as I know, the MSI installers can be automated, but the EXEs can't. Well, this is Notepad++, and looks like it works as expected. Shortcuts work. Yeah, this works. With Firefox, I'm not sure if all websites are going to support it because it's a pretty old version. I'm just going to try to access Google. Well, it worked. Let's try to access my channel on responsive script. Let's stop it. Well, it seems like it's loading. Yeah, I don't think it's gonna load. Like, it only loads the very basic layout of the website, but I don't think hardware acceleration and just video playback is going to work probably at all. Okay, let's take a look at the command prompt. Seems pretty normal. I'm gonna try to run this command that freaked out a lot of people because you know how the media portrays terminals and that stuff, like you're automatically a hacker if you use one. And I remember back in school, I would just type tree that just lists the file system, and everyone would think, whoa, he hacked, and pretty stupid stuff like that. Let me show you the start menu, programs, accessories, accessibility. I wonder if you have like the control panel. You have the registry editor that I'm also curious about. Well, seems to be just like the usual registry editor with the keys and values type of system. You can just add keys here. Seems to be pretty much the same structure. Messy structure, I'd say, because people say that Unix is confusing, but take a look at this. Like, you also have the task manager that again looks very similar to the one you find on Windows. So the running processes are these. I wonder what happens if you terminate the explorer. Oh god, they replicated even the bad stuff from Windows. Okay, let me open it again. You can also shut down and everything. Again, works pretty much the same. Yeah, here, control panel. I think it has more options. I don't remember game controllers. You have sound and audio. Again, this is pretty much the same. It's impressive how they replicated all of these things. Let me show you more about the taskbar. Here you have your volume level and mute toggle, language switcher, I guess. This is I'm guessing kind of like power modes. This is the network connection settings. Well, there's no calendar there. So, would I recommend you to use ReactOS? Not really. It's still an alpha, so keep that in mind. It's not perfect at all. There are some really seriously outdated stuff. So, not even for an old computer, I would recommend you to install ReactOS. I think it's a really cool project, and I'm hopeful about it, but being real, like if you need a very lightweight or even just old operating system, any lightweight Linux distro will do. But I really enjoyed taking a look at this OS. And to close the video, we're gonna try to remove System32 to see what happens. Let's go to C. I think it's ReactOS. And here's System32. Just right click and delete. System32 can't be recycled. Do you want to delete it instead? Yes. I wonder if it has some sort of protection against that. I think it does. Let's open a command prompt here. It's deleting everything. Okay, trying to open Firefox doesn't work. Trying to open the notepad doesn't work either. Same goes for the task manager, just nothing happens. The command prompt does open though. I'm gonna try to restart and see what actually happens. Okay, it's not loading. I'm gonna wait 5 minutes. Well, we broke it. Thank you so much for watching. Goodbye. See you in the next one.